Now let's talk about linear versus iterative. Linear or waterfall approach. A linear approach follows a sequential progression through stages where each stage must be fully completed before moving to the next. Once you progress to a next stage, you will typically do not return to the previous ones. What is the characteristics in this linear way of working? Sequential phases like requirement gathering, design, implementation, testing, and deployment are handled one after the other and define start and end. Each phase has a clear start and end point, and once a phase is completed, you generally don't have to return to it, even if the problems are discovered later. This approach is often associated with the waterfall model in software development. Let's talk about the pros and cons here. Pros will be clear structure, well-defined milestone, simplicity in execution. Let's talk about the pros here. Clear structure, well-defined milestone, simplicity in execution. And what are some of the cons? Inflexibility to change, potential for issues to be discovered late in the process, potential disconnect between early requirement and end user needs. Iterative approach. Let's talk about the iterative approach. An iterative approach involves revisiting stages or phases multiple times, refining and improving with each iteration. What are some benefits or characteristics? Phases or stages are repeated in cycles with each iterative, producing more refined version of the product. Feedback loop is also seen in this iterative approach, where feedback from one iteration is used to improve the next. This can come from testing, stakeholder reviews, or real-world use. The product or project outcome is continuously refined and can adapt to new information or changes in requirement. Common use. This approach is central to agile methodologies in software development, such as Scrum, where software is developing in iteration or in sprint. What is the pros and cons here? Flexibility to adapt to changes, early discovery of issues, alignment with end users' needs, thorough continuous feedback. And what are some disadvantages? Can be perceived as less predictable in terms of time and budget. Requirement robust, communication and feedback mechanism. In summary, linear approach, think of it as traveling from point A to point B in a straight line. Once you have passed a certain point, you don't go back. Iterative approach, imagine walking in a spiral where you're continuously circle around a central. Thanks for watching, and if you find this very helpful, don't forget to subscribe and like the video.